you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey, Reese, you hungry?
You know I am, Mama. Let me introduce y'all to my canes. We got chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane sauce right. You go to coleslaw right here. Ooh, Lord help me. This sweet tea makes me sweet. That's what my mama said. So what are you doing right now? Get your mom to take you to Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Hello.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com. M
Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. The end of season clearance is going on now with up to 50% off. Stop in now for best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coat, dress pants, and dress shirts. Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history. We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. We are officially 219 days away until Nebraska kicks off the Cincinnati in Kansas City. I saw that Coach Rule is down in Miami today, scouting out the bowl game, the national championship for next year. So it's good to see him down there scouting out the stadium, getting ready to go when Nebraska makes its run to a national title next year.
At first, I thought you were going to say the Cincinnati Bengals. I was like, yeah, that's on our schedule.
Yeah.
Zach is coming home, right?
He's coming home.
Folks, thanks for joining us this very, very, very cold morning here in the capital city. I woke up probably about, just to use the bathroom, about 3:30, minus 14.
Yeah.
Fun.
Minus 14 degrees. AG, I'm going to assume, good morning to you, brother. I'm going to assume it is not minus 14 there in Houston.
No, it's 28 and snowing.
What?
Snow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got about, I say it's a good 2 to 3 inches outside, and it's still coming down.
Oh, wow. Is your sister going to get a snow raft you know of?
Yeah, I think so. They canceled school. I know Monday and Tuesday. So
I would say definitely school is canceled down here for sure.
So when you say it's still coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it's steady coming down. You know.
Oh, wow. And
you started last night. Yeah, they started shutting things down. My flight was the last flight flying back in last night. I landed at 7, like a little bit after 7. I was supposed to be here at 6. Got delayed a little bit because of, getting ready for the shutdown. And I think that was it. Yeah, they shut it down after me. After my flight.
You got in time when you did, bro.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If not, I've been stuck in Florida. It wouldn't have been a bad thing.
No.
I've been stuck with my good friend John and his wife, and we're hanging out, having a good time watching NFL playoffs and Natty Championship winnings going on for the Buckeyes and crew.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And real quick, we got an intern in the house. Jackson, we got Jackson Kleinschmidt.
That's right. Bring it up, Jackson.
Hey, good to be here, guys.
Absolutely.
There he is.
Actually, you had no idea. You got to be expecting anything around me, man.
Got to be ready. On my toes.
Jackson, tell us where you're from. About yourself.
Yeah, I'm from Claremont, Florida. I'm a sophomore here at the University of Nebraska. I'm majoring in criminal justice, and I'm an intern here at the Ticket, and it's awesome. This is my second day in here doing the board for the drive.
So criminal justice and radio.
Yeah, I know it doesn't really mix. I know it sounds a little funky. Probably should be in sports media or sports management, but
yeah,
I have a really big love, especially for Nebraska football and Nebraska sports. So I thought this would be a fun place to work while I'm in college.
So you're Kleinschmidt's the last name. You said your dad's from here, right?
Yeah, my dad's from
Lincoln or another town.
He is from Shickley, Nebraska.
Shickley. Okay. All right.
Shickley. What part of Nebraska is that Shickley in?
Shickley is, I'm trying to think, from Lincoln.
It's south of York.
That's right.
It's by Geneva.
That's
one
right.
of the bigger towns.
Yeah, it's between.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is not too far from here at all, man.
No.
At least your family. At least your dad.
Well, yeah, my family.
Well, Jackson, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah,
He's gonna be learning some stuff. from Nick. You're learning from a good guy over there. Nick is
no.
he's the
no. You could have had 20 better people to learn from.
He's the grand poobah over there.
they call him the Marcus Freeman of running.
Can't win the big one.
And he's a little in mourning right now because he's a Notre Dame guy.
Oh, the excitement though he had last night for a few moments.
All I continued to say the entire time was, guys, I hope you take this as a lesson. You can never count God out.
Yeah, I seen that text. I was like,
I saw something where it's like Notre Dame's got God, Ohio State's got LeBron, and I was like, what is going on? What are we doing?
They had the whole state of Ohio, including LeBron.
Right. They sure did. Yeah, no, there's a lot of feelings on that one. A lot of interesting things happened last night in the game too that just felt the opposite of what we've seen from Notre Dame the last couple of weeks. So I'm excited to dive into it for a full segment later on.
9:00, probably much for the entire segment. We're going to dive into that game, the ups, the downs, the storylines. There was a minor, kind of comical one, a minor accident under the tunnel last night. I'll tell you guys about, which was hilarious. I seen it this morning online. That took place with Ohio State. Obviously, it was comical.
I did see that one. Yeah.
It was all comical, nothing serious or nothing like that. Just the expressions. We'll get into that. Husker women, we'll talk about when we come back as well. We got some history, but a lot of the Natty game that took place last night. Folks, it's the drive. We got AG down in H-Town. They're getting some snow. Me and Raff has a coat on this morning. Nick,
yeah, I know. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Speaking of Raff, Thomas and Lincoln says at least it's not Raff that he's learning from. So I guess Jackson
That's true.
Glass half full mentality.
That's good.
You wouldn't want to learn from me or Raff on a soundboard because the show would never be on air if me and Raff on a soundboard. So it ain't just Raff. AD has no idea what he's doing. That board over there looks like a cockpit from an airplane. So no.
You didn't fly back from Cancun?
We'd still be there, brother.
Maybe you should have.
Yeah. Folks, stay warm out there. And I want to say a big shout out to all of our first responders, our folks that are working outside, construction, garbage removal, all that stuff. Man, folks, thank you for what you do. Be safe out there. It is dangerous cold out there this morning. We'll be right back, folks. It's Tuesday. It's The Drive.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. The end of season clearance is going on now with up to 50% off. Stop in now for best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coat, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All righty, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. Nebraska women's basketball last night. Victory.
Yes, it was. And this also is brought to us by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Protect your home, family, and your vehicle, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Nebraska took care of business last night, gentlemen. I did not watch that game because it was at the same time as the national championship game, but I did catch the highlights of it. They had the highlights on, and it didn't look like it was a very packed house. Number one, temperature, I would say.
A little chilly.
He had to turn
Oh, yeah.
The national championship game being at the same time, but it's not like Nebraska needed it because they actually beat the brakes off of Wisconsin last night, 91-60. Gentlemen, Nebraska, since the West Coast trip out, and they lost to USC and UCLA, number 1 and number 4 at the time, at least ranking wise. Nebraska has been on a heater, man. They're taking care of business. Last night they held Wisconsin to 37% shooting from the floor. They were 3 of 17 for threes. Wisconsin was, which is like, okay, they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn last night. Nick is going to need some sunglasses.
Yeah, this is every day. It's time. It's starting to blind me. Here we go.
He on the keyboard, AG over there like Ray Charles playing the piano. Well, Nebraska, Raff and AG, Nebraska last night from the threes, they shot 50%. You're not going to lose many games shooting 50% from the threes.
Yeah, that's ideal. That's something you want to have as a coach. So I know Amy's happy with that, and then the defensive play was there as well to keep Wisconsin in the 30% range of shooting overall. From the field. So that's a good job there. And you saw the hustle on both sides of the ball. You saw hustle on defense in terms of grabbing rebounds, just playing good solid defense, moving your feet to get in the right position from Markowski and Petrie, and then you saw big plays. I know McCarthy had a nice little rebound where she caught it off balance, was able to kick it out, and they were able to get a shot off. And then being unselfish, be able to pass it around the horn. When you pass it 2 or 3 passes, I remember watching, I think it was the old Hoosiers movie when Gene Hammond being a coach, and he used to always get on the guys, hey, we got to have 3 passes before we shoot the ball, and that's what you got going. You got that teamwork working together, because when you have that, everybody, you don't know who's going to be the shooter, or you got to get in position to defense to try to D them up, and by that time you're there, it's too late. The ball's already released and it's in the hoop.
Raff, last night, of course, she's been on just on a tear. Brett Prince, she was Big Ten Freshman Player of the Week this week. She kicked in 14.7 rebounds last night and 2 assists on a pair of threes. She is growing up in front of our eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about this, she was hurt, so she didn't get to play a lot against a lot of Class A talent last year. When she was finishing up, she played against Class B because she missed that summer ball because of injuries. I was talking to Lloyd about this, so she wasn't faced around a lot of the top. Well, you're just squinting over there big time, aren't you?
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
Dude, I got my sunglasses.
No, I'm good. I promise I'm not asleep. I'm just closing my eyes so I don't lose my vision.
So this is
That's
her
a good
first.
What do they say?
Don't look into the light,
don't look into the sun. Don't look into the sun.
Oh, you're supposed to look at the sun. It helps you out, helps your body out.
Well, it's looking right at me. So we got one of us going halfway, so we're okay.
Raff, she is growing up right before our eyes. She's learning some things. I think she learned a lot on the West Coast against UCLA and USC because she saw some premier guards out there, hence why they're number 1 and number 4 at that time, respectively. And one of the key things I was talking with a buddy of mine is that she's learning, she had a habit of putting that ball out in front a lot. and they were getting it snatched and stolen. Even against Rutgers gave her a hard time against that. So I think she's learning that I got to keep that ball. I could do that in Class B against some of these other folks that I was, athletic superior to. Can't do that here. She's growing up right in front of our eyes, man.
Yep. Well, the thing with her is like there was a reason why the 5-star was in front of her name. I mean, she's a great player, but when you make that transition, like you said, playing Class B, you make that transition playing against some of the top teams in college basketball. She's learning and she's processing, and I would assume that the game is starting to slow down. Like we always talk about a quarterback getting used to it. The game's starting to slow down for her, and you're seeing her starting to, come into her own. And it's fun to watch Nebraska right now that, they've had the injuries. They had Widener too. And they could have sat back and said, too bad, sorry, what about us? But instead they've took that, hey, let's be that scrappy team. I mean, they showed me a lot against Iowa when they pulled that game out, and it's, to see them to continue it on. Now it's just one of those things where they've just got to keep on winning ball games.
Well, and to that point, right, I want to build off of that for a moment, because what impressed me the most about a game like last night, number one, what's one of the biggest issues with Nebraska men's basketball right now? It's their 3-point defense.
Right.
They hold Wisconsin 3 of 17 shooting from beyond the 3-point line, which certainly helps out, right, when the other team can't hit the broadside of a barn. Then the other thing is that Nebraska, you look at the box score or you watch that game last night, and it was a balanced effort and performance from top to bottom. You get a career high 17 points off the bench from Kendall Moriarty. You have 4 other players that are in double figures. You have three. Yeah, you have 3 other. I think Alexis Markowski had 14 Alexis Markowski had 12 and Britt had 14, like you said. So there's and then there was somebody else on the bench. Bozon
Hargrove had 5.
Well. Yeah, but I'm saying double figures. So you had 5 guys or 5 players in double figures for Nebraska, and you also had 3 players with 7 rebounds. So not only are you getting rebounds from the front court and Alexis Markowski and Jess Petrie, but you're getting rebounds from your guards. And Britt Prince had 7 rebounds as well. So I was really impressed with just the balanced effort from top to bottom, both starters and bench players last night. That's the type of thing that when you have a couple players, notable players go down with season-ending injuries, you need everybody to step up and do their part. And they did that the last couple of games.
You guys, they're the Big Ten best. They're 15 straight wins at home. Best of the Big Ten. 5-game winning streak, most lopsided win they've had so far in the conference, and 15-4 overall. Now you figure about this: they got Ohio State comes to town.
There it is.
That's the big one.
A couple days that they'll take on Ohio State. So Nebraska takes care of business, 91-60 over the Wisconsin Badgers. They are taking care of business at the vault, and it's good to see 5 players in double digits last night. Folks, when we come back, we're getting closer to that national championship talk, because I really want to hear Nick's heart on this.
Oh no!
Oh my
I really want to hear his heart. And just as a day of mourning, I notice you are wearing black. It says Nebraska football, but nevertheless, I think you meant Notre Dame on there. But we'll talk about when we come back. We obviously have history when we come back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Hey, Reese, you hungry? You know I am, Mama. Let me introduce y'all to my canes. We got chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane sauce right. We got the coleslaw right here. Ooh, Lord help me. This sweet tea makes me sweet. That's what my mama said. So what are you doing right now? Get your mom to take you to Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Hello!
Having diabetes doesn't have to ruin your new year. Join a Nebraska-supported program like Living Well with Diabetes. You'll learn how to manage your symptoms, feel more confident, and reduce stress about your diagnosis. Search Nebraska Living Well with Diabetes and click on the DHHS Healthy Living Programs page to learn more. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Early break. What is there? I was just waiting. And then the lady appeared, and I just tried to make a joke. I said, I thought everything was free today. And she said, if you take anything out of here, we will follow you home. I'm like, I was kidding. I'm not taking anything.
You're on the list, buddy.
Yeah.
You're on the list
I
now.
will follow you home.
I've had it happen a couple times or something.
People followed you.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. It's cold outside, and it's history time.
Yes, it is. What I have for us in history today. At least I just had it. There we go. Dude, it like uncomfortable cold out there, though, man.
That's brisk.
It is brisk. I seen a lady walking by. It looked like her face is about to fall off because she looked over at us. It was like a look of just agony.
Yeah.
She was not comfortable out there. In 2019, the 85th Heisman Trophy Award winner was Joey Burrow. Louisiana State University, LSU, had the highest percentage of first place votes ever with 90.7% of votes. 90.7% of votes. And Joey, of course, he was throwing to some pretty outstanding receivers. And what, Chase and Jefferson at both of those guys?
Yeah, people also forget a big part of that team was Thaddeus Moss.
Thaddeus Moss,
right? Randy's son, who was the
Randy's
tight end.
tight end.
Big number 81 for LSU.
Well, AG, they also had, what was the running back that plays for
Clyde Edwards.
Edwards-Helaire with KC.
So they were some studs on that team, man.
Trey Palmer.
They had
I must have forgotten that one. Yeah, my bad.
Hey, I always want to call Claire because I'm always thinking about the Claire donut. That's how I always remember his name. You never heard of him?
Oh, I thought you said you always wanted to call me a donut.
No.
And I was like, hey, man, I just been sitting over here minding my business.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Makes sense then.
I was thinking about
Clyde.
calling
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder why you looked at me like that.
I was like, hey,
man.
man.
I'm going to call you a donut on there.
Not on there.
Now, all that.
Yeah.
Rafferty, what you got, my man?
I have a birthday today. I want to wish a very happy 85th birthday to the Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus, 85 years old today, 18-time champion. Jack Nicklaus, 85 years old.
85, the Golden Bear. Still doing his thing, man. Yep. Still doing his thing.
It'd be interesting to see how many years he starts off the Masters.
Because what's my man's name from South Africa?
Gary Player.
Gary Player is older than him, though.
He's different. He's
Gary
like
Player's
90, 91,
he still
92.
does push-ups like crazy.
Yeah.
Looks fit as heck.
He's different.
He's getting it done. AG, what you got, my man?
Yeah, I got some fun stuff. I got 2 Nintendo games here. I got it. This was a big day. So we got 31 years ago, 1994. We had the Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land came out. Was a game I was playing for sure. Resident Evil 2, 4 years after that, which that game scared me and my brother Jerry out our pajamas. And we were grown. And then the last one was another Nintendo game, I believe the first Super Smash Brothers in 1999 on Nintendo 64. So some fun games right there on the same day this year, a few about 9-10 years apart. Interesting how they do things here.
You know that that what was it called? You said Resident Evil?
Yeah, Resident Evil 2. And it's some movies, it's TV shows on Netflix that you could catch now. They've retold the story in so many different ways. But great series. Good series to watch. Fun. I'll say that. Fun. If you like horror like I do, yeah, it's a place to go. And you could play games. You could go VR with it. So they get you all in there. Got monsters grabbing you. Don't know what's behind you. Bring all the elements of horror out. The music, the sound, the silent pauses of nothingness.
Those are the good old days of games, man. The good old days of games. One little quick thing too before we go to break, man. I was looking at Nebraska Husker history. Athlon Sports in 2015.
Oh dear.
Gave a B+ for landing Mike Riley.
Yeah.
A B+.
A B+. Great guy. Yeah. Great guy, but just was a 50% winner. I mean, not even just at Nebraska, but almost every place he's went. Yeah. It's only been 50%.
Which was better percentage than the next guy.
Yeah.
And was he? Was he really? sometimes we go above and beyond on the great guy stuff with him. I mean,
now
I'm
you're going
sorry.
after his personality.
Well, I'm just saying, everybody says he's such a great guy, but I don't know. The way when he left Nebraska and he took $35,000 to be the assistant head coach at Oregon State when he could have took the market value. Is that a great guy? I don't think he was a great guy to Nebraska.
I think it was a business decision.
I was going to say.
Well, I'm just saying.
What if you were in that spot?
It's never personal.
I'm just saying.
So you would have said you would took a higher salary.
Well, I'd have took what the market. I'm not saying I would have took the highest of salaries, but I'm saying when you're only taking the league minimum, I think you're saying how much you love Nebraska and a great person. I don't see that. I don't see how that translates.
Well, I would say this. I could still love Nebraska, but I want my money.
Yeah. Well, he was going to get the money no matter what
because of the difference.
But Nebraska had to pay it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and let's be honest. He was at Oregon State and involved with that program a lot longer, predating Nebraska, right? So there's probably something to that effect too.
His loyalty was more to Oregon State.
Yeah, come back to Oregon State, help them out a little bit more. Because let's be honest, at that point and at that time, especially, they did not have Oregon State does not have the budget, does not have the resources to the extent that Nebraska does.
I think he was looking more for LSU than he was in you.
Of course.
And more
but dang, you came after his personality. He's not a good guy.
I don't know. I'm just saying stuff I saw. Like his
we gotta make sure we clip that.
His dismissal of coaches. Great guy. I don't know. Maybe
the way that he did his decor.
So I'm just saying.
A little different. You could have waited till that man got home and had a phone call. I mean, I'll
go with good guy, but great guy.
Which have you guys seen? A little bit of news. Have you guys seen where Bob Diaco's next coaching job is going to be?
Bob who?
Bob Diaco,
our former defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Talked about the strain.
Diaco.
Strain. He would always hold the lapel mic. He never let it be clipped on his clothes. He would alys hold it right in front of. Yeah.
Strain.
Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick
Carolina.
Reportedly bringing him in as their linebackers coach. Bob Diaco to North Carolina. Reportedly, not official, but Bob Diaco is expected to leave LSU, where he's a defensive analyst, I believe, and be joining Bill Belichick's squad as a linebackers coach.
Has Bill signed his contract yet?
Who knows? The 24-year-old girlfriend says they're staying and committed, so it's fine.
AG, does that move surprise you that Diaco is going to be with Belichick?
I would say no, because I didn't know that Diaco was even on his list. I'm like, why? I'm thinking he's probably go after more, people that he worked with at the Patriots or former players, that played under him or during his time. That's where I thought he would go. I mean, if he knows Diaco on some level, then hey, good. There's opportunity for him to go out there and obviously work, but obviously try to make some athletes better at the linebacker position. So let's see. I mean, let's see how it goes. So it's interesting. You know
what? I would say probably Diaco may have had some time and experience with Belichick when he was at UConn as well. Because remember, Belichick,
potentially,
in UConn. I mean, all of us being in that area before, Nick. I'm not sure you've been in that New England area before, but Connecticut's right there.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's probably spent some time. I would assume, and I could be wrong, but I'm saying the proximity. As long as Belichick was there, and Diaco's time at UConn when he was coaching there, I'm sure their paths have possibly crossed a few times. Hence why he's there now.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Folks, we come back. It's all national championship time. If you hear some sniffling, it's not because of the cold. Nick may be.
It's because the cold too.
Pull it together
a little bit, but Nick, I'm
pull
telling
it together.
It's an AG.
He said, "Pull it together."
I already know. I know better.
What I'm going to say though, you have nothing to be ashamed about because I thought.
They had a good game.
Yeah,
great season for them. Great season,
folks. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Natty. It's the Drive.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hello. Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny and breezy. Cold this morning, but warming up to around 25 this afternoon. Tonight, a slight chance of snow, otherwise mainly cloudy and low near 21. And tomorrow, a chance of snow, otherwise mainly cloudy with the high near 37. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild. But we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Welcome to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and
More.
Before we get speaking about last night, I've seen a lot of stuff about the concessions last night.
It was incredible.
The low price. But that's great of them. But if you're paying $2,200 for a ticket, shouldn't you just get all your concessions for free to begin with?
Well, here's the thing. So that's
like ideal, right?
That's a Mercedes-Benz Superdome thing.
Yeah.
Is that they're known for their low, like during Falcons games. So I mean, what are Falcons tickets? $3? So like, while you can,
Did you say $3?
You said $3, AG.
Oh, $3. I
Anyway.
thought you said $3.
I mean, essentially, but it's $3 for the ticket, but then you got about $17.99 in fees and taxes, so it turns out to be about $20 a ticket. But anyway, so after though, even in those games, they're known for their cheap concession stands, which you guys know me. That's a dream come true.
PPB.
That's a dream come true. Price per bite. Don't forget. Price per bite.
I haven't heard this one.
I'm not entirely sure.
Because I guess they probably get it a little bit maybe from the Masters, because I know the Masters keep their prices the same.
So,
well, real quick, Gator's got a quick question I want to answer. I thought that was pretty cool earlier, Gator. I didn't forget about you, man. Good morning. He goes, what sports do you guys feel, we'll be quick on this, but I think it's worth noting, do you guys feel the West Coast teams have helped the Big Ten the most? What sports do you guys feel on the West Coast teams help the Big Ten the most? I'm not sure.
I think all of it, to be honest. All of sports. Just having them in the Big Ten brings in a whole new territory of recruiting, a whole new fan base, because in those California, Washington areas, there's Husker fans. They live in that area. So now you got reach there. And then the notoriety from the UCLA's, like you got USC and UCLA in the top 25 for women's basketball, football too, not top 25, but competition. And so I think it just brings in a good competition level. And like I said, the notoriety, the name, the branding, as we know, that is what it is today, especially with all the, from NIL, transfer portal, all that stuff. I think that brings a little bit more street credit to, battle against ACC and SEC.
What do you think, Raffy?
Man, I agree with it. Everything AG said there. I'd say if I was to select one team right now, I think I would select Oregon.
Okay.
That brand is strong.
Oregon, why?
And Nike and the whole.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
They're kind of like they were for most of the season for college football. They were the buzz. I mean, they were the number one undefeated team. So if I had to select one team right now, it would be Oregon.
What you say, Nick?
Well, I would say I think there's bits and pieces that you can take from every sport, right? Like I think Oregon and football certainly. AG's absolutely right with the geographical footprint. Like the Big Ten was national before, but it's to another level now. That they're actually,
man.
Exactly. But and so what I mean by that is like now you saw like the ACC there. They attempted to do that by adding Cal and those programs as well. I would say, though, for the respect to the conference, I'm not entirely sure we've seen it yet. I think it's actually in the sports that are getting ready to start in baseball and softball, in all honesty, because think about, we've never had to have issues with strength of schedule conversations when it comes to basketball, when it comes to women's basketball, football. You never have to worry about strength of schedule. The two sports that RPI is always taking a massive hit when you discuss postseason possibility, it's in those two sports.
Yeah.
Because Big Ten institutions don't take those sports, and there's other spring sports, some of those Olympic sports, the Big Ten doesn't take them seriously. Well, guess what? Those four former Pac-12 schools do. Oregon's a team that's made super regionals. UCLA was the number one team in college baseball. UCLA's been the number one team in college softball and made multiple Women's College World Series recently. Washington's the same situation with them. They're a top 15 school year after year. So while, yeah, in the major revenue generating sports, it's easy to point out Oregon, and you're absolutely right for that, guys. I think also having the ability in those Olympic sports to gain a little bit more national respect in the RPI rankings, that's going to be monumental down the road for some of these Big Ten schools, especially a school like Nebraska specifically, who does take baseball, softball, track and field seriously. Other teams like Penn State, Michigan State, they don't. So it doesn't necessarily matter for them. But for schools like Nebraska that do, it's going to help them out in postseason bids when you're talking about those conversations.
Yeah, you got to remember the weather change, the weather difference. For the Big Ten teams playing baseball in Indiana right now or anywhere up in the upper Midwest sucks. So that's why they go south. And that's a deterrent for recruits. Like if I was all baseball, I would have reached out to Arizona, UCLA, or Clemson, or Alabama, or Miami if I was all baseball. If I was when I was coming out of high school, which I had baseball in my back pocket. But if I was number one baseball, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the U. I'm looking at USC. I'm looking at Arizona, Pepperdine, schools like that were prominent back then. So weather definitely is a factor to why baseball in Rutgers and Penn State and Ohio State aren't the prettiest places to go for a baseball player.
Well,
I think softball.
Yeah, and softball.
Kind of a more North Dakota guy in baseball. That's
you learn how to play 0 degree temperatures as a baseball player. You a stud.
I think there's some unique, because AG mentioned like the early season tournaments when Nebraska travels south and stuff, and they're going to always have to do that just because they can't usually get on their field and play until early March, middle of March, when the weather starts to warm up a little bit, but maybe even when the weather doesn't start to warm up.
It's not even warm then.
But
that's
on top of that, I think there's interesting things that the Big Ten can do with scheduling to where they can put a Nebraska and have a 3-game slate or a 4-game slate against UCLA early in the season. Because then if you're able to get a national network to pick that up the same way they pick up the SEC baseball schedule early in the year, when you have like South Carolina versus Pepperdine or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, that's why we always have so many conversations about Nebraska's schedule. Nebraska baseball this year is going to get Pepperdine at Nebraska for a midweek series. That's really, really important when you're talking about trying to gain national respect. But then also down the road, I'll be interested to see if the Big Ten from a conference standpoint goes, hey, you know what? Maybe we should schedule an early season conference matchup just to get some palpable buzz going across the conference instead of waiting until the end of the year when, guess what, there's 95 of your other batches across the country are intriguing conference games. So there's multiple angles to that question, Gator.
Well, last night, and I think the bettors Vegas was spot on. They said, 8.5, 9. The score ends up being obviously 34-23. Ohio State wins their first national championship since 2014. Ryan Day temporarily, and I say temporarily in capital letters, he gets the monkey and the naysayers off his back until they play Michigan Michigan next year in Ann Arbor. But for the sake of the conversation, man, big shout out to Ryan Day and Ohio State for getting that done. Not upsetting, beating Notre Dame 34-23. You guys, my initial thing about the game was the thing that glares out to me. We'll have plenty to discuss this about. The second quarter was just a dagger, if you would. It put Notre Dame in a major hole because they scored 21 points. The second quarter was 21-0. They scored 21. Notre Dame scored 0 in that second quarter. And when the firepower that Ohio State has to spot a team 21 points, that's hard for anybody to come back from as far as that goes, regardless of the value and effort. So 34-24, 34-23 is the final. Gentlemen, let me ask you this. Does this temporarily get the monkey off Ryan Day's back, though, winning that national championship?
Yeah, you answer your own question. So, yeah, it does. It makes that real simple for him to go into the offseason and recruit better. But you look at the game, Will Howard played a clean game, no turnovers. They did get the punch out. The Notre Dame defense did get feisty and get the punch out on Mbuka later in the game. But then, you have Judkins in the run game, and including Howard, 57 yards, having 214 yards on the ground. So they're able to control the clock, and they have that momentum you saw from all the other games they won coming prior. And this is something I talked about last week, is they had the offense and they had the defensive momentum coming against Notre Dame. And so Notre Dame, it was more, you joke and laugh about they had God on their side, but the momentum was more on to the advantage of Ohio State, because where you watch Notre Dame's wins, it was like big play, big play, big play, big play, when you're not going to get that all the time. The kickoff return in the first round or second round, things like that. Plays like that, you want to happen, you prepare to happen, but they're not going to always happen. But when you have a steady offensive game, like when both teams came out after the first kickoff, where Notre Dame drove, touchdown, Ohio State drives, touchdown. Now it was like, okay, who has the endurance to do this again? Who can you steady a 15, 20, 11 play drive again? We saw that Ohio State could do it. Notre Dame could not. So that's where I say for the start of the game, and then the rest of the game in terms of ball control, that's where Ohio State had the advantage, and that momentum that started from the win against Oregon to get them all the way here to the Natty in Atlanta. So good job to Ryan Day and his staff. And like you said, definitely temporarily until the next season, the monkey is off his back.
Raff, Nick, Riley Leonard, I was somewhat concerned. That first drive was 9 minutes, I think 25 seconds. And Riley finished the game 17 carries for 40, which half of those were on the first drive.
Yeah.
8
carries. Yeah,
8 carries on that first drive, and they slowed the game down. They kept them off the field, but then, like AG said, Ohio State comes back and scores right back. Were you somewhat surprised he carried the ball that many times in that first drive? The number of draws and keeps, etc.
I was very surprised. I mean, I guess you have a running back. You could maybe
a guy that's now fully 100%
give the ball
healthy
to him maybe more than 4 times. But I just thought, I felt like he was so exhausted after that first drive.
Yeah.
Like they said that and I don't know, just a mentality standpoint, like that he didn't want to get. It's just hard to, like, when you would get that, he just felt like he was exhausted. Even when he went back in for the second possession,
they took it out of him,
breathing hard. And I was just like, man, I'm like, I hope he can get back to where he was that first. It's almost like he put so much out there in that first possession. It was just hard to get it back until, the second half. It looked like, he started playing better in the second half, but the running aspect for him was pretty much done after that first possession.
Nick, you had Price had 3 carries, Love had 4 carries.
Which is so bizarre, because, and that's where, like I said it in the first segment, guys, it just felt like Notre Dame did some anti-Notre Dame things.
Elaborate.
And what I mean by that is, speaking of this specifically, what is one thing that has gotten them to this point? It's running the ball with Riley Leonard and featuring him, but it's also been a balanced rushing attack. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest things, Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator, he went to LSU with Brian Kelly. He got fired from LSU, and they brought him back to Notre Dame. So Mike Denbrock comes back, and they're like, we want to run the football. And they ran more a week and a half ago against Penn State with Jeremiah Love when he wasn't 100% healthy than they did yesterday when he was 100% healthy. Mm-hmm. He's had a playoffs where he was dealing with the flu against Indiana. He was okay. He dealt with a hamstring issue against Georgia, but he wasn't nearly as banged up as he was against Penn State. He was wearing a bulky knee brace against Penn State. Yep. And this was the first game of the playoffs that he was 100% healthy, was 100, like when you're talking about respiratory stuff, when you're talking about injury stuff, 100% healthy. And you run him 4 times. It was completely, there was a lot of facets, and we'll talk more about the other ones, but that's the biggest one where, you ran Riley Leonard 8 or 9 times on that first drive, and you needed to, but there wasn't a whole lot of creativity in the way they ran the ball on the first possession of the game. And then they allowed penalties to stack up on the second and third drives that took him into 2nd and 25 situations. Well, whether you run Riley Leonard or whether you run Jeremiah Love, it doesn't matter at that point. You still ran Riley Leonard at that point. Like, those are unnecessary carries that you're putting on the shoulders of your quarterback after he just led a 9.5-minute drive in the first possession of the game. It just felt really weird.
Yeah. Unknown text. 38-80. Good point here. He goes, Leonard was beat up after that drive. He got pile driven into the ground. It wasn't the same after that. That hit, that when you're talking about unknown texture, it stands out
on
a
the
lot.
goal line.
Yeah, he was wheezing big time when he got up from that. In a game, your adrenaline's going crazy. You're getting the ball that many times. You're taking that many hits. That takes a toll on you after a while. But one bright spot I will say this about Notre Dame was Greathouse had a heck of a game last night. Six touches, 6 receptions, 128 yards. Evans 4 for 52 and Collins 4 for 32. But Greathouse was definitely a bright spot for them. But fellas, another uncharacteristic thing you just brought up, Nick. The amount of penalties that Notre Dame had. Notre Dame was put throughout the year. It played a fairly clean on both sides, very disciplined. Didn't give a lot of penalties. They had a lot of penalties last night that put them behind the 8 ball on 3rd and longs.
Yeah, I mean,
the passer. I mean, that was one of them that was just like, oh, what are you doing?
It killed him. Go ahead, AG.
Yeah, I was going to say, just, to that point where you're talking, where Leonard, getting the carries, it's when you get into the game start, you got that big drive, right? You got all the anxiety along with the hit, can get to the puking side of it. But then also that defense. So Iowa State's defense said, you're not going to run the ball.
Yeah.
We know how you work. We know we watched film. We prepared the proper way. And that's why you see Riley Leonard, running the ball early in the game, thinking that, okay, let's get our run game established, even though with the quarterback, you still get it established. But when they try to go to the guys who tote the rock, Price and Love, they got nowhere. JTT had 2 tackle for losses, and I think the defense overall had 7. That's right there, a deterrent right now. And then when you saw the ball getting up the field, it didn't get up the field in terms of the run game. So that's the reason where you see Riley Leonard with 17 carries and everybody else with 3 and 4, because that defensive line and linebacker core, they said, we're going to make you pass the ball. That's what we want you to do. And that's where, Greathouse could have a good game, but you're not going to beat us. And so that was not saying that was their philosophy, but that's what they said from their gameplay for when I'm watching that game.
It felt quite predictable, I would say, the Notre Dame offense. And yeah, right. Like they're probably the type of program that is going to run, set up and say, exactly what we want to do. We know exactly what what we want to do. But try to stop us because we don't think you can. That's why I was surprised to see Notre Dame abandon the conventional run game so quickly. That's the part maybe I 100% agree with you, but like the way that first drive of the game, even with the fact that Ohio State went down and scored with ease their first 3 possessions of the game, I was surprised to see when it was still 7-7 or that it was 14-7. Notre Dame abandoned the conventional run game because what that 10-minute drive can do for an offense to a defense is you can wear them down and they get you can wear them down by the 3rd quarter. And even if it's a 21-7 ball game at the 3rd quarter, you're going to start to wear them down. Those holes are going to start to open up. You know that better than anyone, AG, right?
Yeah.
And so I sit there and I was like, man, it's shocking that they're abandoning this and going full head of steam with Riley Leonard only, because then they allowed it to get out of hand. They got away with what they do best, and that's when the game truly got out of hand, in my opinion. And it was just too much for Notre Dame to come back from.
What was weird for me, though, I think that was the first time I've ever seen a 10-minute drive, and instead of the defense being worn down, it looked like the offense was worn down.
You're absolutely right.
I was like, I never saw that before. I was like, man, usually the defense is like, get the defense off the field, but you're like, man, that offense is exhausted after that drive.
Because typically, guys, I mean, that's the perfect way for Notre Dame. You couldn't have scripted a better start for the Irish. Right. That was how they were going to beat Ohio State, was have to have long, sustainable drives. But the way that they had a sustainable drive with a quarterback-heavy run, that was not sustainable.
You're not beating up the
quarters
defense
of football.
We were saying that, like, you can't do this the entire game.
Yeah,
he's not going to last.
It was real strange. And then, there were some instances where, like, Notre Dame, when they later in the game, when it was 4th and short, I think it was 4th and 3 or 4th and 2, and they ran their offense. They were on their own 33-yard line, and they ran their offense off the field just to do a fake punt. Well, here's the thing. Ohio State is as good as anybody on special teams. But on top of that, if you have any scouting prior to the game on special teams, number one, Notre Dame fakes punts and field goals more than anybody in the country. Number two, you would have identified that Steve Angeli, their backup quarterback was set up, and it was clunky. So then it's like, do you have a better chance at getting the fake punt when when everybody in the stadium probably knows it's coming, or would you have been better off just setting up an actual offensive play? And so you compile that with the doink field goal. You compile that with the fun with the turnover. Like, there's a lot of just weird where I say anti Notre Dame things. They did it just strange yesterday, and it felt like the penalties and the fake punt, the missed field goal, the abandonment of the conventional run game. I think all of that just compiled on. Ohio State played a really good game. Ohio State played an unbelievable game.
I will say this about Notre Dame, though, how scrappy they were, because I thought when they were down 31-7, I thought they were dead in the water. And if they were able to be that scrappy and get themselves back into that ball game was pretty impressive.
That goes back to what AD said earlier in the show on the first segment, though, guys, is that you saw Marcus Freeman on the sideline going, all right, that's one. That's one. It was step one, get a stop. Step two, get a score. Step three, repeat step number one.
When you come back, go ahead.
And they're not in this game for the coaching and the feistiness as well. And then you look at a guy that, like you said, the last game, like we talked about, last game didn't have much coming his way, but this week, Chip Kelly was able to design some plays for Jeremiah Smith to get into the game. Having that first touchdown, that orbit motion, and it reverses back. That was a great call and great play design right there. It just shows you the adjustments they had to do to get their playmakers into the game. That right there, I was like, yeah, this is game over. Once they figured out ways to design plays to get him in the game, that Mr. Smith, then it was game over, because I knew then now you got to stop the run, and now you got to stop a guy who is returning next year to Ohio State, and he's one of the biggest dudes out there catching the ball in the air.
Let me ask you guys this question. On 3rd down and 11 in the fourth quarter, Notre Dame was down by 8 points. I think what was it, 31-23 at this point? It was 3rd and 11, and it was the play that Jeremiah Smith just ran straight down the field. And Ryan Day mentioned post game that there was different options to that route depending on the leverage of the defender and things like that. There were different options. Are you surprised that Notre Dame on 3rd and 11 sent 7 guys?
They did a zero blitz, so they were counting on the blitz to get home. They were counting on that, so that's why they did that, not knowing that they knew. They just knew, okay, we're going to get home. They were definite on that, so that's why they run that play, because you don't run a zero blitz play where you got one or two of the receivers and Buka is the other one that could get open easy. So you run that play knowing 100% you could get there. So that's what Marcus and his defensive coordinator called that play right there, was trying to get home 100%. It didn't happen, unfortunately. Smith was able to catch the ball and nice the game.
And that's the thing, is like you have to give credit to Will Howard for his performance last night. Man, I mean, Will had a nice day, but like that, on top of that, that was another weird thing. Like Notre Dame wasn't able to get home yesterday a whole lot and apply a lot of pressure to Will Howard. And it felt like Will Howard couldn't make any mistakes yesterday because there was no pressure from Notre Dame's front. And that was so different than what we've seen in the previous games from both Notre Dame's defense, but then also Ohio State's offensive line.
I want to talk more about Ohio State when we come back, because there's a lot to unpack with Ohio State as well. Them recognizing they're coming in cover zero, and like AG said, they were like, we have to get home, and they paid the price for it. We'll discuss more on the Ohio State side when we come back, what their future looks like. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny and breezy. Cold this morning, but warming up to around 25 this afternoon. Tonight, a slight chance of snow, otherwise mainly cloudy and low near 21. And tomorrow, chance of snow, otherwise mainly cloudy with the high near 37. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. Husker fans, this season, Nebraska is celebrating 50 years of Husker women's basketball, and they need you to help celebrate. You've shown up for women's hoops from the start and continue to prove that Nebraska fans really are the best in the nation. On Sunday, January 26th, the Huskers face Big Ten opponent Ohio State, and they're calling on all Husker fans to help pack PVA so they can celebrate 50 years of Husker women's hoops together. Get your tickets now and be a part of this historic season. For event and ticket information, go to huskers.com/tickets. Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 29th is $2 off bacon, $2 off summer sausage, and 20% off on crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. Tuesday. Still cold outside.
Still cold out there.
College
it's
football's
warmed
over.
up.
Oh, it has?
Oh, yeah, it's warm.
Oh, yeah.
It's only -5 now.
Yeah. Hey, I got in my car this morning and we drove outside and I was like, -6, -9, -11. I was like, it's not stopping.
Going the wrong direction.
Not stopping.
It was going the wrong direction. Real quick, a few texts I want to get to before we hop into this last segment about the national championship game last night. Dave Renew, what's up, brother? David said that hit could be why he was puking on the sideline. We talked referring to Leonard, Notre Dame's quarterback. And you know what, DF? All serious, you may be right because my man definitely took a hit on that. Thomas and Lincoln, good morning to you, my brother. He goes, ND defense did not communicate well like they did in previous games. I totally agree with you on that. There were some colossal breakdowns that they had yesterday. And the team that's such quick hitting like an Ohio State, you will pay. And it's like you said, AG, when you go cover zero like that, you absolutely must get home against a team where you got Ibuka on one side and you got Smith on the other side. It's kind of like, and I don't put that on gold. You know, I'm just like Smith has done that to everybody he's played against.
Yeah, I'm saying you got to get home because, and then also you got to see if your DBs can. You got to know your DBs can cover the men they are covering, and that problem then didn't equal out.
No, not at all, gentlemen. Will Howard. I mean, we know his background. The transfer from K-State. He gets to Ohio State and wins a national championship. I think he goes. He's obviously going to be in Ohio Buckeye lore after this. Yeah. You know, delivering their first national championship in 11 years there. As far as that goes, you look at Will Howard's stats as well. He was 17 for 21, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. The key word that you guys mentioned, Raff and AG and Nick as well, 0 turnovers on his part. And he was under duress of a number of times last night, but made smart decisions with the football, and he took care of business. You guys, having Will Howard there for this year, what type of influence do you think he had on that offense, especially after the Oregon loss? Because, I mean, there was a lot of questioning going on in that, and then after the Michigan loss, there was a lot of questioning going on. What impressed you guys the most about Will Howard? Start with you, Raff.
Just his leadership that he's had. Well, I mean, what do you? How do you answer it? I mean, it's his leadership.
I got an answer.
Oh, you do?
I do, but go ahead, AG. No, go ahead, Raff. Finish up your answer.
I'm like, Raff wasn't done.
Yeah, Raff's not done.
Why is
Nick was mentioned? Nick said, "Get it out, Raff."
What? No.
You said it too. It wasn't just me.
Wow. Jeez. No.
Go ahead, Raff.
What was going through my head a lot last night was they talked about the team meeting that they had with just them and with Ryan Day and just the players.
Mm-hmm.
And that they were able to
they mentioned that quite a bit.
keep that ship from sinking.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, after the Michigan game, there was a lot. I mean, whether Ryan Day would even be coaching again.
Which is just crazy.
I know.
But what if he would have lost that game? What if Notre Dame would have come back?
Oh, he might have had to take a different plane route home, get some security, because them fans would have lost it.
I mean, it's just crazy. But that's just what I was thinking about this today. You look back at this, 15, 20 years ago, the coach wins a national championship, pretty much just signs their contract for the rest of their career. Today's world, you win a national championship. What have you done for me lately? Yeah. Because Ed Orgeron, you thought, well, when he won at LSU, that he'd be around for the next 10 years. And then, like a year later, after he had one more year, and then he was gone. It's like it's craziness in college football.
Nick and AG, I want to ask you both this. Both of these teams had some embarrassing losses this year. Obviously, Notre Dame to Northern Illinois. And obviously, that was week 2 or 3, whenever that took place, week 2. AG, you look at you look at Ohio State, of course. Oregon is okay. All right. Yeah. But losing to a downtrodden Michigan team at that time.
Don't forget who lost the game to Oregon, too.
Exactly. I mean, so you go back
Will
and look.
Howard.
Yeah, the decision making he made at the last, just the clock management. I would even say there's something goes with Kelly as part of that as well. Game management.
Oh, yeah, there was more than just Will Howard. I was just saying.
Yeah, there was multiple players to go around.
Jeez, Nick.
But AG and Nick, I'm going to ask you both this. AG, I'll start with you at first, AG, in that I think both coaches deserve a lot of credit to keep their teams afloat after some very disappointing losses earlier in the season.
100%. And to the Oregon game, you talk about Will Howard, time management thing. Hey, if you got to remember Fanning and what he did, the Oregon coach with the clock and the penalty and everything. So that helped. So that was a master mind play right there. So it wasn't just all on Will. It was the opposing team also competing, taking an L on a play, but then that helped him get the dub at the end. So right there. But I say Will Howard's leadership coming in and just taking the reins right away and knowing that he's going to be the quarterback for this team, a team that has a chance to do this. Like we talked it up and we, all the shows around the country said, hey, Ohio State, this is their chances. And their chance came and they were able to fulfill that destiny of what they had as talent. You got Juckins, you got Travion Henderson at running back. Then you got you got a wide receiver core that no DB wants to handle one-on-one. You got to bracket one guy. They got a solid defense to, with Asor on the defensive defensive line there, being a leader there. So you had leaders on both sides of the ball, and then the coaching staff as well doing their job to get over that loss to Michigan. And to that game right there, hey, you throw records out the window. I don't care how downtrodden you say they were. It don't matter. When you play those games, it was games that I know when I was at Omaha Central, we didn't have a good season, but I know we about to give it to Prep. It didn't matter. So I know that mindset. Oh yeah, you go in the playoffs, you know what? You're gonna get a black eye. So that those games don't matter the records. It don't matter the quality of play or gameplay they've been representing before that game. Is show up in that game and play. And that's why these games are played. Just like with the NFL playoffs this past weekend. We saw the Commanders beat the Lions. But I know y'all talked about this yesterday, but the Lions made mistakes. Jared Goff threw some picks. So you got to show up to play and be ready to play positive, good football to get yourself to the next level or a national title like Ohio State did. They played clean football. They were able to overpower them and basically endurance them because you said, well, you got Riley Leonard that's huffing and puffing, big hit, throw up regardless. But it's all the anxiety and handling this game on this stage. This where as a young man, you don't realize you think about all what goes on in this game, the notoriety, I might have a title and Notre Dame could have this and that and the other. And sometimes that gets to a player. And that's why you saw maybe some of the gameplay calls weren't there. Maybe the coaches were overthinking on the Notre Dame side offensively, knowing that Riley's tired, can't come out the pocket right now. Maybe we just need to do this for now. But when they try to run the ball, like we mentioned, couldn't do nothing with that. So it just was a good game to watch. But like I said from the beginning, it was a momentum match that won. It was already won by Ohio State before the ball was kicked off.
I think from a 5,000-foot view, this is why you go out and get an experienced quarterback out of the portal. This is why you do it, right? Because Will Howard, his experience certainly helps on the field, but also off the field. And so through it, when you're trying to guide a freshman wide receiver, or you're trying to guide a shifting offensive line that's dealt with injuries, they lost their starting center, Seth McLaughlin, who was a transfer from Alabama last year. You lose him, you have to shift around some guys. You have some freshmen in there as well. That's why you get an experienced leader. I don't know, and I don't know if Ohio State knows, how does Drew Brown, their backup quarterback who is now in the portal, how does he handle that situation? Or how does Julian Sayin, as a 5-star freshman, handle that situation? Probably a little bit different than Will Howard. So this is why I think you see a team like Ohio State, when they're so loaded. We talk about championship windows in the NFL or in professional sports. What about championship windows in college athletics now? Because if you're Ohio State and Ryan Day, they did a really good job of saying, you know what, with guys like Trevion Henderson, and we're going to go out and get Quinshon Judkins, and with bringing in Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Ibuka, who's now the leading career receptions career receptions leader in Ohio State football history.
That's saying a
with
whole
those
lot.
guys. Yeah, right.
All the receivers
with
that played
those
through there.
David Boston.
With those guys. And then on the defensive side, you have JT Tuimoloau, and you have Jack Sawyer, and you have Caleb Downs. You look at that as a coaching staff and probably go, you know what? This is as good as of a shot as we have to win a championship in the next couple of years. Let's go out and get a dude that we know has the experience and the ability to go out and take us over the top. And they did that. And so that's why you go out and utilize the transfer portal for an experienced quarterback.
You think they would have won with Kyle McCord?
No, I do not. Not because of Kyle McCord, but because of Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's the way I think both sides needed a fresh start for that one.
Yeah, and he didn't have the experience as a Howard. You know, being at K-State under what's his name, Jinsicki, the offensive coordinator there, that went to where did he go this year? Boston College? No, he went somewhere. I can't think where he's at. Jinsicki, I think he went NFL, I believe. But he was a mastermind between that KU offense or the K-State offense or KU offense. I think I got them mixed up. But to my point is that when you bring in somebody like a Will Howard that has a little bit more experience, where McCord might not have, that's where the difference is. And then looking at the roster, you know, you got a lot of returning players on this O State roster that got a lot of play time this year. You know, one, obviously we talk about Jeremiah Smith, but then other guys on that list, from the running back room to the offensive line room to the defensive line room, we know guys were on special teams. We know guys were out there putting in work, getting ready. So they won't have to. A team like Ohio State may not have to go a whole lot to the transfer portal because they got a lot of in-house development. And that's already guys ready to go, and they hungry because they say in the back of their head, we want to get back to this game next year. And we know what the road is like. So we learned the hard way. We learned by losing to Michigan. So we traveled that path. So we understand what we got to do mentally and physically, do that path if it pops up again. If we lose to Michigan in Michigan next year or whatever, wherever it's at, then we get in again, we know what to do. So, and if we win the Big Ten, then we're one game less, but we still got to go with the same mindset and determination to get all the way to the national championship game.
Folks, it was one heck of a college football season. The first year, obviously, of the 12-team format. And it's going to be interesting as well next year, man. We only have, what you said, Raff, 219 days until
kickoff. Just to Cincinnati.
I was going to say, maybe tomorrow, an exercise we need to do, and because this will need to have a little bit of thought put into it. Favorite non-Nebraska moment from the college football season.
Might be a Thursday show. I'm going to do some thinking on that.
Yeah,
one,
right.
A lot
a favorite Nebraska football season moment and a favorite non-Nebraska football season moment.
Like it.
Got it.
Right. Folks, we come back. We got the RGT in the closing. Thanks for riding with us. We'll be right back. Last segment.
Hey, Reese, you hungry? You know I am, Mama. Let me introduce y'all to my canes. We got chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane us right. We got a coleslaw right here. Ooh, Lord help me. This sweet tea makes me sweet. That's what my mama said. So what are you doing right now? Get your mom to take you to Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Hello.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 29th is $2 off bacon, $2 off summer sausage, and 20% off on crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up a Tuesday show. Boom.
All the excitement got Raff a little choked up. All the excitement got Raff a little choked up.
Guys, I'm emotional. I mean, college football is over.
It's okay, though, Raff.
No, it's not.
There's exciting things on the horizon.
NFL.
There is.
AFC
NFL,
championship game.
There's NFL games.
Yeah, but then that'll be over. They'll be more emotional.
Both Nebraska or main spring sports, they're top 25 in the country.
Oh yeah, we're tailgating some baseball games.
We are. Hey, I would love to with Raff. Raff and I have a good time outside of the radio.
Oh yeah.
It's just when we get inside these walls, we get a little feisty.
Yeah.
Not really sure why. Anyway, because I'm mean. Yeah. Anyway, what you got today for a little RGT action, Raffy?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to my guy, Blake Weber. You might have heard of Blake. He is the team manager for Lincoln North Star. And last Friday night, they put him in the game. And he buried a three-pointer, but not only did he bury one three-pointer, he buried 3 three-pointers.
That is right.
So team manager Blake Weber, I'm thinking maybe it suits you up permanently and take you off the manager list. But no, it's awesome that you had a chance to do that. And congratulations. Super cool. Blake Weber, you are Raff's Good Take.
Absolutely love it, man. Well done, Blake. You guys, the AD Attitude Adjustment, as always for the rest of this month at least, is sponsored. And they've been awesome to us, man, because they are just busting out the seams with biz right now. Man.
Yeah.
So,
they're looking to hire.
Yeah.
They need another doctor. Yeah. That's what they need another doctor. They're full.
Do you need a degree?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you may need a degree.
You just said you needed another doctor.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they will need. You do need a degree. Yeah,
I'll give this a shot.
Yeah. All
See
right.
what I got?
AD, go ahead and lay on the table. I'm going to dry needle you here.
Yeah. That ain't gonna work out.
Yeah. Where's the pain?
I'm sure Rachel and her team has some qualifications.
Very much so. Yeah.
But Rachel and her team are doing a great job. The 80s Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by The Body Lab, who we're speaking of. The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, offers everything from physical therapy, trigger point, dry needling, a cold plunge tub, and also infrared sauna. Learn more and schedule your appointment with Rachel and her team today online, thebodylab.lnk.com, or 14th and Yankee Hill, right here in Lincoln. We know yesterday was MLK Day, the celebrations of that inauguration, all those good things were going on. National championship game, Huskers played. So there's some great things going on, both as a country as well as here locally and nationally, as far as sports goes as well. But a quote that one of my favorite quotes by MLK says, "Don't go so low that you hate another person." And I love that, man. And his actual quote even just signifies it even more, to where he says right there, let no person pull you low enough to hate them. Life is too short, y'all. Life is way too short. My father would always say, you become just like the person who showed you those feelings if you reciprocate them back. So don't go that low. AG, what you got, my man?
Yeah, I got a good one here. It says, a year from now, you may wish you had started today. Great quote there. So don't be
AG. I love that. I love that statement. I love that quote. There was a guy, Von Robertson, and used to work at the University of Nebraska, would always tell us that And Jimmy, who used to be at the University of Nebraska Multicultural Affairs, when he would press upon people to get their degrees, he was like, well, I'll be 24 this year. He goes, well, you're going to be 24 this year regardless, so you might as well get the degree and be 24.
Nothing wrong with turning 24.
Right.
Take us on home, Raffy. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Be nice to each other. Stay warm. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your